On a sunny autumn day, the cat Whiskers was strolling through the neighborhood with his close friends, Tilly the turtle, Twitter the bird, and Bunny the rabbit. They always loved exploring strange places in the small town, but nothing intrigued them more than the large old house on the hill that everyone called the haunted house. The local children avoided going near it as rumors swirled about ghosts and scary creatures lurking inside. But Whiskers, with his endless curiosity, decided with his friends that it was time to uncover the truth behind this spooky place. One quiet afternoon, Whiskers and his friends gathered in the park. Twitter was hopping on a tree branch while Tilly slowly crawled on the ground. Whiskers said excitedly, "I think it's time we visit the haunted house. What do you all say?" Tilly looked at Whiskers slowly and said, "Are you serious? People say that house is full of ghosts." Bunny added in a shaky voice, "What if the rumors are true?" But Whiskers, always brave and adventurous, replied, "I don't think there are any ghosts. I believe it's just old stories. We need to find out the truth ourselves." After a moment of hesitation, the friends agreed to the plan. They gathered their courage and began their journey toward the hill where the abandoned house stood. When they reached the top of the hill, the house stood tall before them, but it indeed looked scary. Its windows were broken, doors worn down, and the front garden was overgrown with tall grass and abandoned bushes. The atmosphere felt strange, as if time had stopped around this place. "Are you sure about this?" Bunny asked, hiding behind Tilly. "We won't know the truth until we go in," Whiskers said confidently and started walking toward the front door. As they approached the door, they heard a strange creaking sound, as if something behind it wanted to get out. Tilly carefully opened the door very slowly, and the creaking of the old hinges filled the air. They entered inside, where the musty smell engulfed the place, and shadows danced on the walls due to the dim light filtering through the broken windows. The group began to explore the large, dusty rooms filled with old furniture. The house seemed frozen in time. In the living room, they found an old fireplace full of ashes, and on the wooden table, there was a strange book that appeared very ancient. "What's this book?" Whiskers wondered as he opened the dusty pages. The writing inside was odd and hard to understand, but it told the story of a family that lived in this house hundreds of years ago and how they all mysteriously disappeared one night. "Do you think this family disappeared because of the ghosts?" Twitter asked, his voice trembling slightly. "We don't know yet," said Whiskers, "but we need to keep looking." As they moved from one room to another, they noticed old photos hanging on the walls, showing a family that once lived there. But there was something strange. In every picture, there were shadowy figures appearing next to the family members. Suddenly, they heard a strange sound coming from the upstairs floor. It was the sound of heavy footsteps echoing through the house. Everyone froze in their tracks, and Bunny was about to run. But Whiskers said, "We need to find out what's going on. We can't give up now." They cautiously climbed the creaky wooden staircase, each step making a loud noise. When they reached the top floor, they found a large room at the end of the hallway. The door was half open, and a faint light was glowing inside. They entered the room, which was filled with large mirrors covering the walls. In the center of the room stood an old, closed chest. "This chest seems to be the key to everything," Whiskers said as he cautiously approached it. They opened the chest and found inside an old clock with a strange design. Its hands were turning backward. "What is this clock?" Twitter asked. Suddenly, the room began to shake, and the mirrors started to reflect eerie images, as if another world was hidden behind them. Faces appeared in the mirrors, but they weren't ghostly faces. They were the faces of the family members who had disappeared. Whiskers and his friends realized that the clock was the key to another world, a world where the family had been trapped due to an ancient mistake. The house wasn't haunted by ghosts, but by the presence of a family whose souls were trapped. And the clock was the device that controlled time. "We need to return this clock to its original place to free them," said Whiskers. After a great deal of effort, they managed to return the clock to the fireplace in the main room. As soon as they placed it there, all the strange noises stopped, and the house returned to its normal state. The eerie images vanished from the mirrors. Whiskers and his friends left the house knowing the truth. There were no ghosts, but there was an ancient mystery and another world. They learned that courage and friendship could help them face any challenge, and that not everything scary was necessarily evil. They returned to the town and told everyone what had happened, but some people still believed the house was haunted. However, Whiskers and his friends knew the truth, and they were always ready for a new adventure.